and welcome back to another episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Barnes. If you don't know me, I'm the author of How to Write Your Story, which is out now on Amazon and on the Siren Stories bookshop. It's 99p as an ebook, or you can get it as a paperback. I take you from the beginning of your story all the way through to the end and try to, give you the confidence and inspire you to write your story, which is what I'm doing over here on YouTube. I take different pieces of writing advice, I break them down, I try and make them easy to follow and fun. I want to give you the confidence to write your story. So today I'm going to be talking about how to write a morality arc. Now, this can be used if you want to take a character who is starting your story as bad and you want to arc them to good, or if you want to take a character who starts your story as good and takes them on an arc to bad. You can use it for just a neutral character, because essentially all characters are just Schrodinger's character. They start the story and they're kind of neutral, you don't know them. But if in your head, your characters are probably more morally good or more morally bad, and neutral is fine as well. But basically, I'm sort of thinking primarily they're one or the other and you're arcing them. So the way you need to demonstrate the morality at the beginning of the story is to give them a decision to make. You show what kind of person they are by what kind of choices they make. So this could be, do they choose to betray somebody for their own gain? Do they choose to protect somebody at their own risk? It can be anything, but you are showing who they are by a choice they make. And that is their morality at the beginning of your story. What is important to remember, making a good choice once does not mean you're a good person. Making a bad choice once does not mean you're a bad person. The way you show if you are a good or bad person is by repeated choices in that same way. If they repeatedly and constantly make the choice, do the thing that is negative to other people, it's selfish, it's possibly dangerous, then that character is likely, and not definite, but likely to stay as the bad person. Equally so, if you show a character who does something brave or selfless or really kind, making a good choice once does not mean you're a good person. That is from the repeatedly doing of a good thing. So if you want to get the moral complexity of these characters is by first, their moral arc will happen when you show that there is room for change. Make it so you aren't certain if they are going to do the good thing or the bad thing every time. Because once you've given that ambiguity to your audience, once they know that that character isn't pure and isn't evil, they're going to feel a bit unseated. Is that character going to do a good thing? Is that character going to do a bad thing? And that sense of ambiguity will show them that there is room for development and change in that character. It will show them they can't necessarily trust their instincts. And this is really interesting, especially if it's somebody who is sort of set up to be good. A character you think is a good character, you're like, that character, that is a story hero, that is somebody good that you can trust. And then it's like, oh no, you can't. And then you can't trust them. A bad character who sometimes does good things, you might think, well, everyone is human. Like, your bad character, if they start the story making a bad choice, you're likely to think that they are going to stay bad, and kind of, if they do something good, just assume there's something in it for them that you don't know. And it's really interesting to show your audience that change. But I feel like a good character who suddenly makes a bad choice and then does good things again and then makes a bad choice is more unsettling, more nerve-wracking, because we are programmed to mistrust the bad choice people and trust the good choice people. And mistrust is easier to sit in than trust. Mistrust, if you show that there's potential for good, you're still going to mistrust them and they won't feel quite as discombobulated by that sense. But if you set them up to trust a character and then you start chipping away at that, that is more interesting, that's more confusing, and that is more unsettling in a good way for your audience. So what you need to do is throw constant challenges at them. Show their processes. Why are they making these choices? With your bad character who's going on a morality arc from bad to good, start developing the reasons, the backstory, like what's happened to them. What do they care about, right? Because things that can seem just pure bad at first might still be a bad choice, might still be done out of, like, the bad thing happens, it's a wrong decision. But you can start developing the fact that they have a lot of humanity. They have flaws, they have fears, they have things that they want, things that they care about. And you can show that development, show them starting to improve, show them discovering that doing good actually makes them feel better, does better, and show them gradually just starting to follow the right path. There could be a character who influences them, and this is when you can, like, really make use of the surrounding cast, your friendship characters. Somebody who talks them through it and is like, talks them about their pain, talks them about why they're making these choices, calls them out on it. A character who will call out bad behavior from a place of love is a fantastic character for a morality arc. Because you get to really explore the root causes of those choices and do a real deep dive into that character's psychology and start really thinking about who they are and who they want to be. And if they want to be good and they are just trapped in their own mistakes and their own pain, but they are motivated to be good people, you can push them that way by giving them the opportunity until ultimately, the end of the story, they have the chance to get the selfish thing that they thought they wanted. And they choose the good thing. They choose the right choice, the thing that maybe they suffer for. And at the beginning of the story, they would never have agreed to do. But you've been with them on that journey. You've shown their pain, shown their journey, shown that morality that actually was there all along. But it was buried by pain or resentment or anger, or just society has shaped them in a certain way, judged them, mistreated them, and they were bitter. And they didn't know there was a way out of that pattern. And you can do a really beautiful story by letting them become the best version of themselves by the challenges that you throw in front of them. And gradually, they start making the right choice more and more often. They start sacrificing their selfish desire for the good thing. And you get to go with them and show that. The good character who goes on the arc to bad is more fun to play with. The bad going to good can be emotional and deep, and you can, as I say, you can explore so much psychology and so much, like, passion and depth in who that person is by letting them arc to good. But the good to bad is more fun, because that is where you get to throw pain and challenges at somebody and have them just get worse. And I really enjoy writing antagonists. I really enjoy writing characters who are becoming worse. I like a baddie. I like a bad character. So show them at the beginning, making good choices, and they want something, and they start to want it more. And they start to resent the people around them who are stopping them having it. Because it all comes from what they want. Your arcs are going to be built around what a person wants. So they want something. It could be something quite innocent, but they want it. And at first they're like, well, I can't be selfish. I want it, but I'm making a choice that is good. But they want it more, and they want it more. Maybe they see somebody else who has it and they resent them. And that bitterness and resentment that gets lost as your bad character becomes good. You get to grow and play with and show them making bad choices, show them, and your audience, because at the beginning of your story you think they're a goodie, you think you can trust them, all the way through your audience is going to be hoping for redemption, hoping that ultimately they make the right choice, hoping with them because you've got them to like them. You've got them, your audience believes in that character, they've trusted them. They think they're safe with them because they've done good. That is a good person. And you're hoping all the way through, oh God, please, don't do it, don't do the bad thing, don't do the bad thing. Like, realise that you're going on a bad path. Be better. And they don't. They just keep getting worse. And they get more bitter. And ultimately, that is when you put them at the end of your story. They have the opportunity to do something really good, or like, and this is when you should make it something really terrible, like the opportunity to murder somebody or betray somebody who they love. Give them the chance to make the right choice, and they don't. But all the way through, you've been building to it, and you've been making your audience hope. You've been making your audience hope for the best, and messing with them and playing with them and teasing them that maybe they will make the right choice at the end. And you were right. You were right to trust them. You were right to believe in them. They will eventually. This path that they're going on, and they're making morally ambiguous into dark choices. You think eventually they'll make a good choice, and they don't. And that moral arc, that morality play where you take them from what you tell your audience they are initially, and you grow them as people, and you send them the other way. It's really interesting, and it can make your story like challenging, because it starts making you think, well, I think I do good, but I do have a selfish streak. That could grow. Or it might make you think about people who you don't like and be like, well, I think of that person as bad because they did this bad thing to me. But why? What was going on? What will happen to them? How can they grow and change? And it's great because humans are complicated, and playing with that in your story, it's really interesting, and I would recommend doing it. So thank you for watching another one of my videos. I hope this has been helpful. I will be back again on Monday with my next Ask Me Anything video, Wednesday with my next writing advice video, and Saturday is tomorrow, and I will be reading another chapter of my book, Le Prospero and the Magic Rabbit. So you can find all of those. So subscribe to this channel to never miss out on any of those videos. You can also go to my website, which is jjbarnes.co.uk, and over there you'll find all the links to my books, my film and TV work, my art, my everything, all my social media. So you can either comment on this video and tell me what you think. Talk to me about arcs that you've really enjoyed, morality arcs that have challenged you and made you think about the characters and yourself as a person because of how they play with those choices that are made. Or you can find me on social media and chat to me over there about it. And I'd love to hear from you. So thank you very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.